And would you like to be content? Here's a secret that Paul shared. Learn to sing in your cell. That may not make a lot of sense at first, so let me explain a couple of things. Here's what we're talking about. Paul wrote to the church in Philippi to Christians and says to rejoice. That command implies control, that they could somehow manage that. And Paul modeled that for them. Back in chapter 1 of Philippians, he talks about praying with joy. And then in the middle of the chapter, he says, I rejoice and I will continue to rejoice even when things are difficult and when things are bad. And he was sitting in jail when he wrote those words. If you flip over to the book of Acts, in Acts 16, you read about Paul in jail again, where he spent a lot of time just because he was audacious enough to tell people about Jesus when that wasn't popular. He's sitting in prison, and in Acts 16, verse 25, we get a little bit of a eavesdrop of what was going on. We talk about, I wish I could be a fly on the wall, and I would love to know all of the conversation that went on in that cell that night. But if you were a fly on the wall, you couldn't tell anybody, and you wouldn't live very long anyway. But if we knew, there might be a lot more than what we're told. But what we're told is this. Around midnight, they were praying and singing. Singing instead of seething. To be honest, I probably would have been doing a lot of ranting and venting, and poor Silas would have had to listen to all of that. It's very difficult sometimes, I think, to find a way to sing in the middle of a difficult situation. I don't think it was easy for Paul and Silas. I don't think anything that Paul writes about in terms of rejoicing, regardless of the circumstances, is easy for him. And it may be that he had to force himself to sing that night. Maybe it was a way for him to cope with what was going on, to lift his spirits. People, I think, sometimes think that this comes easily for me because I've written about it and talked about it, but I do this, things like this Devo and the book that I've written. I do that because I need it. I need the reminders. I need the accountability to require me to kind of think through these things. And so whatever reason Paul is singing, he's rejoicing, praising instead of complaining. So here's the off-the-wall suggestion today. I want you to sing in your cell. Paul was locked up, still able to sing. We're in lockdown. We are still free to choose how we respond. So crazy suggestion. In the comment section of this post a little video of you singing a song that lifts you up. It'll do two things. It'll lift up some other people who get to experience that. You'll probably find, even though it may be awkward, you enjoy that. You'll get a kick out of it. It'll be fun. It'll help everybody manage the situation a little bit. Some of you can sing beautifully, and it'll be like a professional recording. Most of us, not so much. That doesn't really matter. Just sing in your cell, regardless of where you are and what's weighing you down or how well you can sing. If you just can't bring yourself to do that, just post a link of some song that lifts you up, or maybe a title, or just the words, and share with us why that song means something to you. Let's sing in our cell today. Find a way to rejoice and be content, whatever the circumstances. May God bless you to have a very good day.
Why should I gain from his reward? I cannot give an answer, but this I know with all my heart, his wounds have paid my ransom.
Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay, my oh my, what a wonderful day. Plenty of sunshine coming my way. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay, oh Mr. Bluebird on my shoulder. It's a fact.
It's actual.
Everything is satisfactual. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. Wonderful feeling, wonderful day.